Okay, so A here is a parabola. And I need to list the focus, directrix, equation of axis of symmetry, and the direction. So it's y squared equals x, which means it's going to open in the left or right direction. But because this is positive, it opens to the right. And 4p equals 1/2, so that means p is 1/8. So if it opens to the right this way, my focus is at 1/8, 0, and my directrix is the line x equals -1/8. My axis of symmetry is going to be what goes through my vertex, and that is the line y equals 0. And that is everything we have to list for a parabola. Now B is a hyperbola. I know that because of the subtraction here. Foci and vertices. Well, this is going to open in the x direction, so that means my vertices are going to be at 5, 0 and -5, 0. To find my foci, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Add these up, we get 89 is c squared, so the root 89 is c. And these go on the same axis as my vertices. So the foci are at plus or minus root 89, comma 0. Now this C, I'm going to add the 49 to the other side, and it is a circle. The radius is the square root of 49, and the center is at 0, 0. D is an ellipse because of the adding in the middle. The center is at 0, 0. Vertices, co-vertices, and foci. So now the vertices are going to be with the x, since that's the bigger number. The square root of 121 is 11. So if my ellipse is in the horizontal direction, my vertices are at -11 and +11. My co-vertices are at 0, 7 and 0, -7. That's the square root of 49. And then to find my foci, a squared minus b squared equals c squared. 121 minus 49 is 72. So the square root of 72 is c. And they're along the same axis as my vertex, my vertices. So that's plus or minus root 72, comma 0. You could simplify root 72 to be 6 root 2. So either answer is fine. Identify the type of conic. So I'm going to identify it before I simplify to get this standard form. I'm going to have to complete the square to do that. For A, since one term is squared and the others are not, it's a parabola. So I'm going to get the x term by itself. Then I'm going to just take out the -4. And there's my standard form. And this one I actually didn't have to complete the square for. That was nice. Now for B, both of my square terms are positive and the coefficients are different. So it's an ellipse. And this one I'm going to have to complete the square for. So I'm going to reorganize this. Half of 2 squared is 1. And I have to add that to both sides. And half of 18. Oh, I can't do this one yet. I have to factor out a 9. So half of -2 squared is 1. But 1 times 9 is what I have to add to this side. So factoring this and this piece. Now I'm going to divide everything by 9 so it equals 1. And there's my ellipse. For C, because x squared and y squared are both positive and my coefficients are the same, it's a circle. So again, reorganizing this. I'm going to move the 5 over. Half of 4 squared, add to both sides. Half of 8 squared. So we're going to factor. And then 5 plus 4 plus 16 equals 25. And lastly for D, my x squared is positive and my y squared is negative, so that means it's a hyperbola. And we have a lot of work for completing the square for this one. I'm going to do that down here so I have enough room. So I'm reorganizing it so all of my variables of likeness are together and my constant is on the other side. But I can't complete the square until I factor out the coefficient. So now half of negative 4 is 2, squared is 4. But I can't just add 4 to the other side, I have to do 9 times 4 and add 36. Half of 2 squared is 1. 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. So now, factoring down, I have to divide everything by 36 so that it equals 1. 9 divided by 36 reduces to a fourth. 4 over 36 reduces to a ninth. And there's our hyperbola equation.